Hi, Farokh. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you here. Just as a way of introduction, this is the CEO of Formaloo, which is a no-code platform. Can you tell me a little bit about, you've done multiple different startups, right? And can you tell me what led you to create Formaloo?
Of course. First of all, hello everyone, and thank you for having me. So Formaloo, as you mentioned, is a no-code platform. Basically, we want to help businesses to manage all of their business processes with ease. And we are very focused on one particular space, forms. So Formaloo is the most advanced, most powerful form builder and dashboard builder for businesses to do all of their businesses and automate every part of their process with ease.
Did your experience with Eventbox or some of the other companies that you've been a part of, can you share how that's influenced your approach to Formaloo?
So let me give you a little background. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have been working in the startup industry now 15 years. All of my previous ventures, same as Formaloo, are all surrounding data analytics, data mining, and working with data. Basically, that's our passion. And in each startup, I learned something new in that space and try to incorporate it in a different way to help businesses. So my experience in Eventbox, for example, in particular, we were focused on bringing data analytics and data mining to the event industry to help exhibitions, conferences, to manage all of their business processes and data management. After Eventbox, I worked with a company called IdeaRun. The IdeaRun, one of our main mission was that we wanted to help big enterprises with all of their business processes. So, and basically we wanted to think of us as their own CTO, as their own data scientist team, data development team, to bring every kind of business applications, data-driven business applications that they want in their business. And actually, that's how the idea of Formaloo was formed, because we had a lot of enterprises back then that work with us, and all of them asked us to do a lot of customizations for them. Every day they said, okay, we want to change this, we want to change that, we want to add new module. And we said, okay, maybe there is an idea here. If we can create something that they can do this without any coding themselves, maybe they like it. So we created the first version of Formaloo, very MVP, gave it to them and said to them, okay, don't bug us anymore. Now you can customize your own solutions without any developers, without any data science. And they loved it. And that's the idea. That's how the idea of Formaloo was born.
So how are you positioning it in the, no code is super competitive now. There's so many no code tools.
Yeah, our particular space is very crowded, but it's true for every other space in the startups as well. Every market is crowded now. We have a great startup in every space. So we focus ourselves in some specific business processes that we want to solve, because no one can do everything great. And for us to become successful in a space that is super crowded with great teams and great products, is that we wanted to focus on a specific problem that we can do better than anyone else. So we really try to focus on a specific, basically, processes. For us, the first step was forms. So we wanted to become the best form builder for businesses. That was the goal. And that's still the goal. So we want to become the number one. And we have a rule in our organization, company, that say, okay, we either enter a game that we can be the best at it, or we don't do it at all. So the rest, the others can do it better than us. Let them.
When you're adding customers, what would you say right now? Like, how do the channels look for you? What's your most effective channel to reach customers?
So what I'm about to say for today is also true for the first days of our startup. So basically, when we started Formaloo, we didn't have a lot of money. It was very hard for us to have a marketing team without any resources or capital. We said, okay, we have only one way to grow, and that's it. That's from our product. So we came up that we have to be a PLG, product-led growth startup. So our customers use our service, they love it, hopefully, and they will tell others. So word of mouth. And our customers should become our ambassadors. So in early days, we basically decided that and that really worked for us. We created a huge community of no-code developers who are loving Formaloo, and they are telling others to join Formaloo. They are creating tutorials, materials, documentation on it, and we have a vibrant community that became our ambassadors. Even today, we are doing $0 on advertisement. We don't have a sales team. We are creating one, but we don't have a sales team yet. And all of our customers are coming from word of mouth. So PLG all the way.
Are you taking active steps? Like, did you find that it's necessary to put resources into managing that community and fostering it, or is this completely organic, happening on its own in the community?
We tried a few different ideas, and not all of them worked. So first, we said, okay, we have to manage it. And that didn't work at all. And the best communities that I'm seeing everywhere for great products, they are not managed communities. So we want to nourish the community, but we don't want to manage it. The way that we want to do it is like this. We want to elevate what our community wants to do. So two things communities love to see inside where they belong. The first one is promotion. If they are providing a service, for example, we work with a lot of agencies, software houses. So they want to promote their businesses if they can. The second one is for communities, they want to learn. So we focus on that. Okay, we are working in the no-code industry, and a lot of different agendas and criteria are in the table. So what we are doing is that, okay, maybe we can become an educator for everyone that wants to join this industry. They want to become a no-code developer. They want to develop business processes, for example, data-driven applications without any coding. So if we can teach them to people who are working in businesses, they will like us a lot more. So our first item on an agenda was basically teaching what we know, what we are using in Formaloo, what's happening inside Formaloo, and how we are developing the product. And people really resonate with that because they want to learn and they want to do more and they want to add to it. They want to teach us something, that this is the better way. And that really works, that we are learning from them and they are learning from us. And that's, I would say, is the core of every great community.
They're open with your community about what you're building. And it sounds like where you're putting the resources into is like very similar to documentation, but it's more top of funnel, sort of explaining, how is it?
Building public documentation so they can see everything that's happening inside our organization, inside our development team, inside our marketing team. So, and the best thing is that they can vote on it. So they can change our ideas. They can, because we want to crowdsource our ideas of not only what we think is best, what our community think it's best, what they want to do next. So they can vote and suggest new things and really shape the future of Formaloo platform.
I'm curious how your customers are segmented. Do you find that it's, very heavily weighted towards, companies of just one user, or do you find that it's more, people are buying business licenses with several seats? What segments are you the strongest in, and how would you describe them?
Because they focus on forms in particular, we saw a huge growth inside marketing teams and HR teams, especially in SMEs, small and medium enterprises. So most of our customers are in that two space. But because you can create anything that you want inside Formaloo, so we have churches, we have hospitals, we have governments, we have startups, we are playing all over the field. But we are very focused on marketing and HR teams at the moment. We want to help them the best.
Okay, so you're really focusing marketing and HR. And then when in those companies, would you say large companies or what's the typical number of seats that you find are in those groups?
Yeah, it's usually between 10 and 100 seats with us.
How are you thinking right now about market expansion? How do you plan to grow Formaloo this year?
So far, it happened very naturally. So at the beginning, we thought that most of our customers will be coming in Europe because our previous business and everything. But what happened that we weren't growing that much inside Europe, but we were growing fast inside the US. So we changed our focus to the US. And so far, 70% of our business is inside the US as well. For 25, our goal is to expand in more English-speaking countries, especially in Canada, UK, and Australia. These are our three goals that we want to expand to and capture the market.
Don't forget New Zealand.
Of course. Present in New Zealand as well, especially even working with the government.
For you, what have been the biggest growth challenges as you've scaled up from the beginning?
So PLG was a good channel for us, but it has its limitations because we offer a free service. And one of the pillars of any PLG or startup is that you should offer a taste of your product so everyone can taste it and see if they like it or not, because you only want to work with people who love your product, who really love your product. Because we offer a freemium service, a lot of our PLG agenda and PLG strategy is surrounding how we can get more of free users, so some of them become our paid customers. The goal is to have as many as free users who are really our customers, who are really in targeted, for example, as I mentioned, marketing, HR, operation team, this kind of thing, to convert some of them to the paid users. But the main challenge for us in the early days, and it's still one of the challenges, is that when you want to go up market. So for us now that, by the way, we have, I don't know if I mentioned or not, we have about 28,000 businesses using us every month. And now next goal for us is 100,000. And for us is that we want to go up market. So that can be a challenge because not the person who is purchasing your product will be necessarily who is using your product. So that is a challenge that a lot of PLG startups encounter, same as us, that how can you have a bottom-up approach that, okay, you get the users, they like it, but they don't have the power to buy your product. And how get those people excited? Because those people are usually used to work with salespeople. And how can you work with them if you don't have a sales team? So that's the challenge that we want to solve.
Do you have any going in, like you're going in position to solve this problem, or are you comfortable talking about what you're going to try this year?
Some of the approaches that we tried and really work, I can share. For example, cross-team expansion. We have a lot of this that a marketing team inside an enterprise is using us, and the other team members in that organization, they see it and they really like it. So for example, the HR team, this is really cool. What are you guys using? So launch that as well. This looks really beautiful. This looks really helpful for us. And we can cross expand inside one organization. So we have, for example, enterprises that have 500 seats with us, and then they can expand to 1,000, 2,000 seats with us. That can help us. The other space is that bring Formaloo to core of their business. So one of our KPIs that we really analyze is that how much each company is using us. So how deep are they? Are they using us for a survey and after they're done, it's done? Or are they using us for something mundane and something easy? Or are they really use us for something critical in their business? That's the case. What we can do is that to show them how they can use Formaloo better. So we have these one-on-ones and sessions with our customers to show them, by the way, you can use Formaloo for this part of your business as well. And normally they say, we had no idea that we can use it like that. And I think our technical team wants to have a meeting with you to establish that as well. So we can basically, again, goes back to teaching. We have to show the value that we can provide. I don't know who said that, but the best definition of marketing that I saw is marketing is generating demand.
To make them aware.
Yes, exactly. If you can automate it, that's the goal.
When you were saying that, I was thinking about, who is it? Is it HubSpot that does this? The Customer Happiness Index. Do you have a key metric that you're using to see, like, for each customer, how much value they're getting out of it? And what is that metric?
So we use a combination of NPS strategy and CSAT basically surveys. And also what we found that is really helpful is that not every organization is the same. What we are doing is not calculating it based on the company. We're calculating this based on each employee. So each team member that is using us, who is satisfied and who is not, for example. And that gives us an idea. Why doesn't HR people really like us the way that they used to like 3 months ago? Maybe because of that change that. So we want to see every individual happy, not the whole organization, because it doesn't work up to the bottom. It's a bottom up.
Yes, especially with PLG, I could see that.
Exactly. Yeah. If every team member is happy, they're all happy as well.
Okay, and just because you've had so much experience starting different startups and scaling up Formaloo, what advice would you give to SaaS founders that are getting started right now in 2025 with insane landscape that we have right now of AI and all the rest? What would you say to them?
Especially in the age of AI, we are seeing a lot of startups that I would call them useless startups. So they don't have any value. The first thing that I want to mention is that why our customers are paying every company, because it's that you are providing value. And for startups is either of the two ways, and it cannot be both of them together. So either of two ways. The first way, if they use us, their revenue will go up. So that's one, generating revenue. Or if they use us, we will reduce their cost, which is a case for Formaloo, for example. So if they use us, you can reduce manpower, you can reduce time use and everything. And basically, when you reduce time, you can reduce cost. So each startup, first of all, should pick one of these two and not both. The mistake that a lot of startups do is that they pick both. We want to do both. And so you are either generating revenue or you are reducing costs. After establishing that, you have to define your value clearly. So what is the value that you're providing for every business? That's what is missing inside most of the business models that I see in startups. What is the value that for that reason, for that value, that company will pay you? And when you define that value, and you have to really challenge yourself of, is that really something that people will pay for it to me? And after defining that, you have to focus, because what we like to do as entrepreneurs, this is a mistake that I have done maybe more than any other person in the planet, is that because we like to build things and we like to do things, is that, okay, I have this, but it would be great to do that and that and this and that, and we lose. So because we want to do everything together, it's like a kid in the playground. I want to play with everything. I want to build everything. It's a big challenge, especially in the builders, entrepreneurs, which is the most of the successful entrepreneurs, but it's the challenge. We want to do everything. And because we are doing everything, we will lose the sight of the value that we are creating. So we will forget it, and then we will create cool shapes. So it's not something that our customers want. And instead, we should focus that, okay, I wanted to do this. Have I established to do that? No. So we shouldn't do anything else. So we should do this. And by focusing, like laser focus, we can achieve that. Because as you mentioned, not only our market, every market is super crowded. Every market, there are great teams, great products in that market. And when you have this level of competition, you cannot win if you are doing everything. You can only win if you are focused. Because to be honest, even if you have a lot of resources, our capital, our resources are limited. The most important part is time. We don't have time to build everything. We don't have time, but we can be the best at very specific system. And especially in the age of AI, is that everyone wants to do something with AI, but they forget to create value on it. That, okay, this happens. For newer startups, focus on creating value. I would say that's the main thing that they should focus.
Excellent. Thank you so much.